Is it possible that, you know what it might be? It might be possible that if that was a double lesson, I never marked the middle of the lesson as now on to angles between vectors.
Because
See one question.
Chinese and Vietnam.
So I think we have done the
A lot
angles.
of Chinese, so
Yes.
they also put the Chinese.
I'm
so
trying
like
one
a lot of
charger
Chinese
in my
coming
laptop.
in.
Yeah.
It goes in.
Yes.
There's
I
a problem.
ordered
That-
Is
that-
it the same company?
No, he ordered wrong. He didn't even order the proper right.
Asus and Acer.
Your Glasgow order.
Now,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
go to Vietnam now.
It's not the same company.
In Hanoi,
And you want to know how safe is this?
For 300 euros.
I don't know because I've never come across two laptops
Yeah,
with.
even have a lot. Even
Do you know what I mean, Faisal? Because usually it's different for each company, so I'm surprised. Are you sure that fits in securely?
Yeah.
Trip in. I will make friends
I
with
don't know the input
I will
of
put on the problem.
I have more friends.
Faisal, usually these voltages are standard.
Yeah, but it's not charging, so it's stated, but it doesn't charge, so.
Okay, well then
But you know,
don't
I heard,
continue.
like, before Vietnam had like a lot of wars, there was a lot of trouble, but now, like because of that, there's a lot of
Ho Chi Minh.
because of what?
Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh City?
No, Ho Chi Minh, the resident.
The what?
The
resident.
The golden triangle.
No, the president.
The president.
The leader. The best in the world.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're forgetting Mr. Trump? Huh? Let's not forget about him, please. Okay, next topic in maths, equation of the line, if you can write that down, please.
Wait, we concluded that we've done angle between vectors?
Yes, the conclusion was I never wrote the title on the board when I was doing it.
I see causes and.
Yes, that was the lesson. Do you see where I proved the formula cos?
Yes, that
Yes.
makes sense. Now that yeah.
What is it called? Angle
Between vectors. Okay, guys, can you write this down? We'll start.
Minus 15 fourths.
Lee! You're no longer my favorite. Shame.
Not me.
You are my favorite girl student.
So technically you could be his favorite or like least favorite, like,
She is both.
you know?
Okay.
Oh, stupid. If I done the math, so like the first and the last section,
Yes.
You can.
can I send it to you?
Of course you can. The real question is, will I reply? Correct? And I will probably reply if you send it today. If you send it tomorrow at 9 p.m.
No, I mean first and
Now,
3 a.m.
3 a.m. tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably reply tomorrow then, yes. But not after 4 a.m.
Why?
I have to set some limits.
No. 4 a.m.
Okay, fine. 4 a.m. That's it. No later. She's going to work on our maths till 4 a.m. tonight. Now, you might be wondering, why are we doing this topic when in semester 1 we already learned how to find the equation of the line? You remember the formula y equals mx plus c. But what's critically different here is that, yes, this is the equation of a line, but not the equation, there's no direction. It's not the equation of vectors. So, what exactly do I mean by vector equation of the line? For example, here is a line. What's the vector equation of the line? Well, the vector equation of the line, does anyone?
The angle,
RJK.
Yeah, but like, what does it represent?
the coordinate,
Not quite.
Lee, Colcan. It's like maps and stuff,
Close. Simply put, the vector equation of the line is the equation that makes all the vectors that point to all the places on the line.
What? Could you repeat that?
Yeah, so the vector equation of the line is the equation that makes the vectors that point at every point on the line. So for example, all these vectors here, they must come from one equation. If you can find an equation that represents all these vectors, then you have found the vector equation of the line. Now I know that might seem difficult at first, but actually you'd be surprised how easy it is, and that's what we're going to have a look at now. We'll have the formula now. It's quite simple and quite short for proof, and I'll use this as an example. So to make our life easy, let's put in some letters. How many points do you need to make this black line? 2. So let's just say there's one point here, we'll call it A, and one point here, B. So this is vector A, and this is vector B. And we want to make vector OR, which points on the line made by A and B. So if you think about it, we want to find basically OR. Well, OR is OR, and how can I get to OR from O? What path could I take? Well, I could go from O to A plus A to OR. Now, or the O to B, B to OR, yes?
If we go from O to OR,
You want to find the O to R.
Yeah.
there's a lot of vector points.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. Yeah, because I just started off by saying OR is O to OR.
In terms of A and B.
Yes, in terms of A and B, yes. So the problem here is that I have an OR in my answer, and this is not what I want, because I'm trying to find it in terms of A and B. Because I know A and B, I don't know OR, that's the point. This is something I don't know, these are things I do know. So anybody got a bright idea here for A OR?
Is this to scale?
No.
I can't say half, maybe.
Well, you're close. It might not necessarily be half.
A minus something?
No, Andrew's the closest. No, for those
No, don't count the arrow.
Yeah. A to OR will be some amount of AB. That amount we don't know, we'll call it the letter T. So for example, if this was in the middle, what do you think T would be? If it was here, roughly, what would you estimate as T?
Quarter.
A quarter, yeah. What if T is 0? What vector have we made?
A.
And if T is 1, we'll make B. So in other words, this formula makes all the vectors that point to the line made by A and B, where T is every real number from minus infinity to plus infinity. So down here, when T is going to minus infinity, you're making all the vectors pointing to the left. And up here, these are all the vectors pointing to the right. 0 makes this vector, which is definitely on the line, and 1 makes this vector, which is definitely on the line. And the midpoint, which we'll call it M, what value of T is that? So this is the vector equation of the line. So if you know A and B, you can use this formula to make OR. And please note, this T is in the answer because you need a way to represent the different vectors. So for example, this could be V T equal to a quarter. This one here, for example. So this is key. If you can note this, please. This is our first formula. So this is if you're given 2 points, A and B. Okay, can I scroll down yet? Not yet. Do I want to know? No, I don't want to know. Okay, continue. Now, what about this situation? Let's imagine we have this vector here. I don't know, we'll just call it B. And we have this vector here. This is O here. We'll just call that vector A. No, sorry, I didn't actually want to draw it. Well, I do want parallel, but not quite like that. This vector here, O, and this here is A. And I want this line. I want all the vectors that point to A and along the line which goes through A, but of course is parallel to B. So I want to make this line now. So I'll give you an example. So we want to point here on this line.
That's A.
Yeah, so these are like the ORs here. Okay, so let's start together. So OR equals OR. What would that equal?
Which one is R, which one is A?
This is A here.
Is the red one A?
A minus B.
The
I
colored
am-
one, is it A or R?
This one here, the red one?
Is that the vector?
No, that's a line. It's not vector.
A.
Minus A.
A,
I
yeah.
have a question.
A
One
minus,
sec.
how many times B?
Yep, that's it. A or plus how many times B? Because this will be A plus or minus, but it doesn't really matter because T will be positive and negative infinity. It's all real numbers. So yes, this is it. This is the formula for when you have a point A on the line and the line is parallel to vector B. So this is the line parallel to B contained in point A.
So the first one was
The first one was when you have 2 points. This one is when you have a point and a direction. So I'll just write that down here. This is point A, but this time now not point B, direction B. Whereas previously it was point A and point B. These are the only two situations you have to deal with, so don't worry, it's not more complicated than that. Now, Faisal, what was your question?
Yeah, we have different values for R. This is what we're doing.
What do you mean exactly?
As in O to R.
Yeah?
Like they won't be the same length.
What won't be the same length?
Not all the ORs will have the same length.
Correct. Correct. I never said they would. If you remember what I said at the very start, you're looking for an equation that makes all the vectors that point to the line.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes? You wrote that down? Okay. So now that we have the basics, we can actually have a look at some questions now. So if you think about what you learned in semester 1, what types of things did we do with lines? Well, I would give you points and ask you for the line. What else did you do with lines? Could ask for the midpoint, correct? What else? Huh? Yes, gradient, but the good news is we don't have gradients for vectors because they're in 3 dimensions and not 2. What else?
Finding the equation of another line.
Yeah, like parallel lines. Perpendicular, yes. And now for vectors, we have a way to check if they're perpendicular by using, do you remember? Dot, correct. The dot product should be what if they're perpendicular? It should equal 0 if they're perpendicular. And also, I'm waiting for one more thing that we did in semester 1 when we had lines. If we had 2 lines, we would love to know, yeah, where they meet. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples now. So, if you can write down, let's see, we'll do a couple of questions here. Whoops. Okay. Can you write down, I think we'll do just one A to start with once it opens. I'll do it, I mean, but you can write it down. Unless you can try to do it if you think you can. I have a feeling that 1A is probably, I gave you 2 points and asked you for... No, 1A is actually just the midpoint. We can do this one together. How do you think we can find the midpoint of two vectors? What would be the quickest way to find the middle point? Here is vector A, here's vector B, and I want the vector in the middle. Half what exactly?
The answer.
Plus stuff. So, for example, 6i minus 6i, what do we get? 0 divided by 2, 0i. 0i. 14 minus 6 divided by 2, 4. So we have 0i, 4j, and lastly minus 12 plus 6. Minus 6. Minus 12 plus 6, sorry. Minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. Divided by 2, minus 3. This is the middle vector. Okay, so that's easy. In number 2, you have the first vector is a point, and the second vector is the direction. So which formula do we need here? The first or the second formula? Of the two formulas I gave you, which one do we need? Well, we have the second one. Good. So let's do 2a together here. So 2a, you can write this down please. A equals minus 9 minus 2 minus 8. And B equals 1 minus 1 and 3. And here is A, here is O, here is B. Here's B. And we want the line which goes through A and is parallel to B. So that would be like this. But anyways, it's not really important. We're looking for all these vectors that go through A and is parallel to B. But don't worry too much about the picture because we have a formula. The formula is A plus TB. So the answer is just minus 9 plus T minus 2 minus T minus 8 plus 3T. And this is all the vectors here. So for example, if I put T as 0, I get A. If I put T as 1, I get B. If I put T as a half, I get the middle of A and B. This is the answer. If you can write that down, please. Okay, did you write that down? Yeah? Okay. So if we look now, F1, one more minute. Yeah, okay. So if we look at the next one here, find the vector equation of the line that joins the 2 points below. So you're looking for the line between 2 points, so which formula is that? Yeah, the first one, yeah. So can now you practice using the first one to get the answer here for 3a? Huh? Do you have an answer, Juan? Do you have an answer? You have an answer? Okay. What's your answer? Yeah.
6 plus 4t.
6 plus 12t? Is that what you said? How'd you get to 12 now?
Yeah.
Yusuf?
6 plus 2t, 7 plus 2t minus 6 plus 2t.
6 plus 2t? No.
It's more-
Go on. What? Go on.
6 minus 12t.
Good.
7 minus 5t.
Yes.
And minus 6 plus 8t.
What did they do wrong?
So, IB.
The AB is what?
So, the number of B minus the number of I.
Did you calculate B minus A?
No?
Mm.
You did B. You used the first formula. Second formula. It's supposed to be the first.
Yeah. First, did you use the first formula?
Yeah.
And what's the first formula?
A plus TV.
No.
That's
You must have
second.
wrote it down wrong.
Second formula.
The first formula is
I couldn't write the first formula wrong because I didn't know the second formula.
That's the second.
true. But what you just wrote down was the second formula. What's your other formula? They're not both the same, are they? Do you have two formulas?
Oh, it's A plus TV. Okay. Okay. Oh. That's bad.
That's okay. We're learning. We're learning. Huh? There's only two situations. When you're given 2 points or a point in a direction. That's all. Because think about what the other possibilities are. I can't give you two directions because you need 1 point to fix the line. So if you think about it in semester 1. What would I need to tell you to fix a line? To fix a line, I would have to give you 2 points or 1 point and the direction of the line. So it's either point or point direction, and that's it. There can't be any other possibilities.
So as you mentioned it in the introduction,
Huh?
like 2 points A and B.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, one, in the exam, most of the time, in fact nearly all of the time, they go for point and point. Yeah. Okay, let's do the next one together. Can you just write down these two vectors? So this is the first line, and this is the second line. Just write them down, and we'll do it together. Okay, did you write those two down?
What's 2 plus 8?
S.
You hear about the drug bust here.
Where?
Yeah, we talked to these objects like working like with the red.
Cool.
We didn't see them do it, but we see them most of them coming up.
What were you doing in a neighborhood that sells drugs? May I ask?
College.
Fair enough. You're only there asking for directions on how to get away from there.
No, it's coming in.
Oh, I see. Ramadan's over.
Because I know,
Break out the drugs, isn't it?
I think I know whom it was, because like for like 2 consecutive days I'll be
Oh, no, be careful. All this is going on YouTube now, so just be careful who you associate yourself with now. You don't want to incriminate yourself, you know. Oh, the drug dealer. Yeah, good friends of mine. Yeah, I know who he is.
I'd be walking every day and like I'd always see these two men,
Yes.
like they're old and they would always be like, they didn't look.
They didn't look legit, huh?
Why did you not report this to the police when you saw it?
Excellent question, Andrew. Excellent question.
He's going on YouTube, yeah?
Just so much
Hashtag free Yahya 2017. Right. Now, in this one here, you have two lines. This one here, you have two lines. And I used a different letter for each one. One I used T and the other I used S because they're two different lines. Yusuf, can you just read out the two lines? What was the first one?
4 minus 10t.
Yeah.
4 plus t.
Yeah.
Minus 6 plus 3t.
Minus 6 plus
3t.
3t. And Yahya, what was the other line?
2 plus 8f
Yeah.
minus 7 minus 12f
Yeah.
minus 8 minus 5.
Now, these represent two different vector lines. There's one here, and let's say there's one here. And this is the line which we're using the letter T to represent, and this is the line we're using the letter S. And at some point, for example, maybe here when T is 3 and for this one when S is 2, or whatever, they'll meet. They'll be the same vector, pointing at the same point in space. The question now is, how could I find the T and the S? How can I find the value that will make these two point to the same place in space? What could we do? Any ideas? Yes, Lee?
The first one, the first one.
Say again, did that have a verb? Say again. The first one?
Is equal.
Good.
The first one of perfect.
Good. The first one of the first one is equal to the first one of the second one. Now, there is a verb that you can use that means all of this. Does anyone want to help Lee out? What verb means to make this equal this? I give you a clue. It sounds like equal. Equate, yes. So you equate them. You make them equal. You equate them. And what happens when you do that? Well, then you get 4 minus 10t equals 2 plus 8s. 4 plus t equals minus 7 minus 12s. And minus 6 plus 3t equals minus 8 minus 5s. Now there's a tiny weird problem here. Can anyone see what it is? I don't see how that's a weird problem.
Very different letters.
Yeah, but so's X and Y, and we can deal with that, so... What's the weird problem? No, it's not the problem. Yes, and why is that a problem? Two unknowns, 3 equations. You have more equations than things you don't know. So what do we do in that situation? Which ones do we pick? Yes, we can pick any two, but this is the important part now. This is important. Let's say we pick these two, and let's say we solve, and we get T and S. We are not finished. We need to put these in here and check. Because it's possible that the T and the S work here, but maybe it doesn't work here. How is that possible? Well, I mean, we could find the T and S that is true for 1 and 2, but false for the third one. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say T plus S equals 2. T minus S equals 0. T plus 2S equals minus 1. So if I solve these, can anyone see what T and S would be quickly?
1.
Yeah, T is 1 and S is 1. If I put that in here, 1 plus 2 equals minus 1? No. But let's say I had T plus S equals 2, T minus S equals 0, and T plus 2S equals 3. Is it okay or not? It's okay. Yeah?
But then that would like give a possibility
Minus
that we would have to do all 3. Like solve it 3 times before we get the.
No. It's enough that if you solve one pair, I know what you mean, and yeah.
You don't know which pair is the.
No, but you can pick, it doesn't matter, you can pick any pair and check with the third one. you would not have a situation where you pick one pair and it works, but then you pick a different pair and it doesn't work. It either always works or always fails.
The problem would only be with the sign.
No, it could be completely different numbers. Then what you do, after you get the T and the S, what do you think you do next?
After you check.
Yeah, after you check, yeah. Well, then you put the T back in here, and we put the S back in here, and what should happen? They should now be the same, yeah. And then if they are the same, job done. You found where they meet them. So really, this is just simultaneous equations that you did in semester 1. The only difference is there's 3 of them. Now, here's an interesting question. What do you think is happening when the first 2 work and the third one fails? What do you think the relationship is between the vectors if it works for 2 of them but not for the third one?
The equation you're on is wrong.
No. You just woke up. Go back to sleep. No, go back.
But if it should work for all the values.
But I just explained why and how it can sometimes not work for all of them. So what can happen is, if you have 2 lines that look like this, they could look like they meet, but then if you rotate them, you see that they don't meet. This is what's happening in the case where 2 of them, you match them, and the third one you can't match them. When all 3 match, then they actually do meet when you look at them at the different angles. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, what you're doing is, when you find the T and the S that matches for 2 of them, you're matching it for one of the planes. But when you look in the third plane, it doesn't match, and so they actually don't intersect. Yeah, so things are getting a little bit harder now, a little bit trickier. So what I sometimes do is, you see there's still a bit more to do in this lesson, because now we still have to find angles between 2 lines, and then the shortest distance between a point and a line. So this actually is a bit involved. I'll put this in a separate lesson. So can you try to do this for me? Try and do A for me. Give me the T and the S.
That's it for today.
Yeah, because we're nearly at the end of vectors, and then there's one more chapter left. You want to leave early?
Yeah, I have to go back to check the charger.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
have to figure something out.
You just remember who your number 1 teacher is.
If you want, you can just go on. Actually,
I give you a clue. They never wear skirts. And is not blonde. That must narrow down the choices a lot. Who's your EAP teacher?
Isabel.
And they have hair. This really has to narrow it down to just one.
Isabel.
True. And she's also not blonde. We'll need another criteria.
I have everything there, so
Yeah, the first was there.
yeah, I'll have to do
If you get Faisal, if you get desperate and you cannot find the charger, and of course you want to access your laptop, you can buy universal chargers that fit any laptop in computer stores here.
Right.
What company is it? Is there an Asus store here? I don't know if there is. Probably not. Anyways, if you can't find it, go into like a big computer store and ask for a universal laptop charger. Will do the job. Did you guys see it on that?
How much are the universal charges?
$50. Pricey. Don't lose your charger. What's wrong,
Are we
Andrew?
doing A?
Yeah, give me the T and the S.
Is there 125? Question?
No, that's a 12S. Lols. What did you get, Yusuf?
Minus 1.
1 minus 1.
You got T is minus 1 and S is minus
T
1.
is 1.
Yeah.
S is minus
1 and minus 1. Let's see. You are... Wait. Oh, no. You have to put it back in to see if it's the same, I guess. Alright, let's check. Well, yeah, actually, we'll just check. So, you have 1. So, if I put in 1, I get minus 6. And here, minus 6 if I use minus 1. Good. 5. And 5. Good. Now, time for the big one. Minus 3 and minus 3. Correct. So it works. Good job. What happened, Yusuf? Looks like you didn't get it.
I took one of the I and the one of, like, well, I and J, and added them to, like, put them equal to each other.
You made an I equal to a J.
We're not included.
Because I have my hand.
Lazy people who get 82 in chemistry.
Yes.
Lucky!
Yeah, luck is not skill.
Yeah.
Luck.
Fuang, you don't listen to them. They are haters. Haters. Yes, they are. They are chemistry haters. Alright, we'll continue with this in the next maths class.